Excellent. Now, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Maniacal.
Woo! Thank you. I can't express to you how much of an honor it is to be here. I just started off in the horror hosting industry working with Jack and Dale, and to be here today to induct John Kassir, also known as the Crypt Keeper. Into the HorrorHound Hall of Fame is just amazing, because I believe that we need to pay tribute and honor those that have made such a massive impact on the industry. Well, John, I got to talk to him a few times preparing for this week. John used to read the comic book series, excuse me, Tales of the Crypt by EC Comics. They had a whole host of different shock and horror type comic books, Tales of the Crypt, Twisted Terrors, things of that nature. They were so good that the parents and the kids that read them protested EC Comics and made them pull it. They replaced it with something called Mad Magazine. I don't know if that's any better or not.
I never heard of it.
I haven't either. Anyways, those comics lived on. They were hidden under the beds and in the closets of these kids in the hands of collectors. They kept the tradition going. Until one day, a powerhouse team of producers decided, hey, we got to make this into a show. So this powerhouse team, obviously we all know the story, went to HBO and developed Tales of the Crypt. Now they had Kevin Yeager, an amazing effects artist and director.
He's from Dayton.
I'm sorry?
He's from Dayton.
Yes, he is. He is, as a matter of fact. He is from Dayton, right here in Ohio. Kevin Yeager, amazing talent, designed the Crypt Keeper prop based off of the character that appeared in the comic books. However, and this is no insult to Kevin Yeager, but all he did was create the foam latex casing of servos and motors and things of that nature. It was John Kassir that gave the Crypt Keeper his heart and soul. He was the one that made him a character that we all know, grow and love. Now, the Tales of the Crypt series, that lasted for 7 seasons on HBO, then it went into syndication. It spawned an entire, a plethora of different offshoots. Crypt Keeper had a game show, had a Saturday morning children's cartoon. He had his own action figure. Yeah, he even had a radio drama online before we had Pandora and all that other stuff. So very rarely do you see a host, a horror host, be able to reach not just a select market, but worldwide. And John achieved that with his amazing voice. Now he's a voice talent actor. He started off as an actor, he went to New York, he paid his dues. For the first 6 years, he was street performing in front of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Until one day he landed a role in an off-Broadway play called Three Men Naked for the Waist. I don't know, that's what he said. He played a stand-up comedian. Now, through that, he got recognized by Star Search, believe it or not, for the first season. He appeared on the first season of Star Search. Our very own Crypt Keeper won $100,000 beating out Rosie O'Donnell and Sinbad in the first season. Started off with a good start. Of course, he landed the role as the Crypt Keeper, which he holds dear, is very special to him. Talking to him, he stressed that immensely. We have, believe it or not, heard the Crypt Keeper, and those of you that have kids that play the Skylander video game, he does voices of characters in the Skylander video game. He was also the raccoon in Pocahontas, the plethora of other different voice work that he's done over the years. But of course, we're all going to remember him and know him as the Crypt Keeper. I mean, look at that. It's amazing. That's the most lovable horror host character you ever see, and will live on, and it's worldwide thanks to John. So join me in inducting John Kassir.
Thank you.
college days, as I like to call it. Yeah, this is when I did have hair. Now I have hair in all the wrong places. So, I don't know what good that is, but I think horror hosts realize that. If you notice, like, horror hosts have hair growing in places nobody else does, you know. I don't know whoever came up with mutton chops, but I love that. This is a great honor, guys. It really is. You know, there's been a lot of awards of different types and styles for the different work. I've been an actor for 33 years. I've been supporting myself as an actor. That's no easy feat. And I can guarantee you that a big part of that, you need to be my age. What number am I? 46?
45.
45. Happens to be my age. Not. I'm actually 56 years old. And thank you. And but still a kid at heart, and I think acting has kept me that way, and the never dying Crypt Keeper has kept me that way. And it's a really great honor to get this award because through all the years of being an actor, doing voice work, that came to me because of playing the Crypt Keeper and being the type of actor who could be a host as well as an actor and performer. Has kept me working in the lean years when there weren't any on-camera work for me and that kind of thing. And I'm super grateful to the fans for keeping this show alive. Having collected the comic books as a kid and how much I loved horror as a child when I was first turned on by the Universal horror monster movies. Just the ultimate for me. And I had a collection of Tales from the Crypt comic books. I'm old enough to have some of the original ones. Of course, when I went home to get them, my mother had given them to some kid down the street. I told her he'd probably put himself through college with those comic books. Then I let her know how much they'd be worth if I signed them, and she pretty much fainted. But this is really amazing to me, and this will be in the middle of you know, the few things that I've had come my way in honoring not only my work on Tales from the Crypt, but the amazing people who were involved with Tales from the Crypt. Obviously, they had a love for it. It was a difficult show to get produced in the first place, and an expensive show to do, especially on cable for HBO, which is probably why it's not on the air these days, because it'd just be too expensive. But not that, they let the rights lapse, the idiots. They did do a great show, and I'm grateful to have been a part of it that became kind of a spokesman for it. That has to do with being a horror host. Thank you guys. I love what everybody does, you know, out of this group, and I'm honored to be part of your fraternity. Thank you. All right, let's hear it for the Crypt Keeper. Come on, everybody stand up. Glad to be a part of your nightmare.
That's once in a lifetime. That's what it is.
From the Crypt. Greetings, infestors. I'll be with you in a moment. I was just putting these gross profits away for safekeeping. Got it! Ah, the kill of victory. What's your problem, soldier? You some kind of mummy's boy? It looks like Neptune has just moved from Virgul to late Capricorn, which would mean you should avoid any serious romantic estranglements for a while. We can help you get morgue for your money. Whether it's mutual fiends you want, or cold, horrid cash, we can guarantee you'll coroner the market. I'm Fearest Gup. Hi, care for a chocolate? And I call. Bleed 'em and weep. Spades beat hearts every time. Talk about trial and terror. About face. Parade march. Hut, 2, 3, 4. Hut, 2, 3, 4. Present arms. Now that's what I call active service. Begin launch sequence. Gotta go, creeps. 2, 1. Wow! What a massacre! Hello, creeps. So glad you could join me for my weekly game. My deal. Hacks and chokers are wild. You sure? Mummy always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And now it's time for business news. So, Chip, what happened on the shock exchanges today? Oh, sorry. Looks like it's time for the Spurts report instead. Sometimes you get a fudge scream. Uh-oh, looks like I've got something. I just love eyes fishing. Sometimes you get new guts. Greetings, travel fiends. It's so exciting being here in London. I'm already feeling right at tomb. Care to join me for a little fright seeing? Know what else Mummy said? She said, scary is as scary does. Something about your horoscope isn't making sense. Let me see your hand. Yes, interesting. I'm not much at bleeding palms, but your future seems rather cloudy. Everybody loves finger food. Hey, you want a side of ghoul slaw with that? I hope my story didn't scare you too much, Mr. Hitchcock. Actually, I'm a very big fan of yours. If you want, you can tell me a story. I guess he knows the pecking order now.
I'm running for office because I think the political process needs a little stiff competition. It needs noble leadership. It needs someone like me in the White House.